Hello, welcome back to yet another exciting demonstration. Okay, you should already know how to set up your ink, but for those that are doing the home studio, all I did was I've taken my old Cosmopolitan magazines and I've wrapped them with foil, and this way you don't have to ruin your magazine if you're not through reading it or whatever, but you can just throw that away instead of just cleaning that up. So I just put the ink out and I just rolled it up. But one of the things I'm going to show you today is how to print one of these. You remember this fella here, our black line block here, the classic clown head. So what I'm going to do is ink this. And a lot of times, it's when you're doing hand printing, which is I'm going to show you today. You can over ink it a little bit. We have a couple of different methods that'll be available to you. If you have a wooden spoon, you can certainly do that. And we also have these glass barons that Herschel made for us. I can show you how to do that. It's akin to these things. We have some flat ones, mostly flat, and then we have this ribbed one. I think I like this one the best, but they all work pretty good. You know, made in our own special ovens here. And then we have this little baby tiny one for those that have small hands. So I've inked this up, and I just have some paper. I'm just going to proof this. I'll show you how to set it up to do an edition print. This is kind of just a rough proofing. So what I like to do is set my paper like this and fold it over like that. Sometimes I'll fold it over once again, but not usually. This will just keep it from sliding. So just kind of mash it down. And I always like to either get a piece of wax paper or freezer paper to put up on top as kind of protectorant. So I'll show you how to do these. Like, all you gotta do is, oh, that has a little too much drag on it. Let me flip it around. Probably use the dull side. Yeah, it scoots around there. So what you want to do is just kind of rub the block. You know, you can hold that one like this. This is pretty good because you can get some muscle on it and grab it pretty firmly. You just don't want the paper to slide around underneath. And let's do a little cheater's look here. You can kind of lift up that. That's looking pretty good. So these work pretty good for small things, and I've seen people do like really big prints. And then with these wooden spoons, I may modify the handles a little bit, but again, it works on the same principle. So for these relief blocks, you can use a spoon. Sometimes you can maybe use the edge here, so I may cut the handles off, and those can be alternate tools. So there. Let's see how it looks. Big gender reveal. So I think that worked out pretty good. That's a pretty good print. Maybe a little over inked right there, but it's still pretty good and not much effort. So you can do this at your house. Another added bonus that we'll have available to you is this thing right here. It's an old credit card swiper, and a lot of people will modify these things to print small blocks like this, and it's kind of fun to do something small, like you can make cards or just little images with that. So I think this thing only cost me 20 bucks. I just had to do a couple adjustments in here and then put this rig down here. So I'll show you how this works. This is cut on linoleum. And I'm going to try and have that available to y'all to use. It's a little easier to cut than the wood. I'll use it in a pinch. I don't really care for it that much, but that's just me. So what we do here is it's set up for this size, and that's about as big as you can do on here. So this is a little jig to get it under the rollers, and I've cut some paper, which you can set down right here. It's just like using the big press, but it's smaller. And then you put a little packing in there. Pressure. Let's see how this works. So let's charge something expensive. So you just pull that one across, a little too tight, but that's fine. And then you have that. That's a little too much pressure, I think, but I'm going to do one more just because I can, and we will. So I'm going to cut back on the pressure a little bit. Put that right there. Use a thinner piece of paper. Start it. Let's see how that did. Okay, not quite enough pressure, but we can even that out pretty good. So there you have it. Quick, easy printing. Bye-bye.